So, Adam decides to infiltrate a corporate news office. He hits the roof of Picus instead of the front door because, hey, there's clearly something happening here, and he wants to go in all stealth-like. And wait a moment, isn't passing into Canada a big airspace security thing? I mean, it's been a huge deal in the States and China, but Malik doesn't seem to have any problems or any mention of clearing it with the Canadian Air Control. Oh well, I guess Canada doesn't care and the plot must go on. Pritchard ends up hacking Picus' systems very easily, bypassing their firewall as an afterthought, apparently from talking to Malik, and gets Eliza Cassan's office number because, Pritchard's such a nice guy. But he fails to tell us the time of day, Eliza's schedule, or anything relevant to setting up the scene. Sure, this is a 24-hour worldwide news station, but Eliza must have a schedule, right? I mean, people don't live in office buildings. Much like logic and proper exposition to set up a scene, the plot shall never be stopped by evil newsroom walls. Oh great, breaking and entering and destruction of property. So, we find out through some emails that the building has been evacuated. Okay, so why is Adam still here if the building is empty? Shouldn't this be a big sign to leave and go after Eliza wherever she might be? Because we know she's not here. Pritchard then chimes in with this.
Jensen, something's not right. Picus is a 24-hour global news network. Why isn't anyone answering their phones?
I'll get back to you on that.
But Adam does not care, for Adam is now the plot provider. And what Adam says goes. The plot is in Picus, and even though Eliza has left the building, she must still be in it. So we keep exploring the building for no goddamn reason. You might think this is Adam being an active protagonist, and that's a fair thing to say. The problem is this action by our gruff protagonist is completely stupid.
Looks like everyone left in a hurry, Pritchard. The place is deserted.
Because somebody triggered a fire alarm and then silenced it.
Somebody triggered a fire alarm. Okay, so does that mean all the employees are outside? Gee, doesn't Adam look stupid? He could have just approached the building from the front door and noticed everyone outside and just found Eliza amongst the crowd. What's even more dumb is the plot is just clubbing Pritchard over the head with this next statement.
I suggest you find Miss Cassan quickly and get out of there.
Pritchard just told us the reason why everyone left the building. Why would he then assume that Eliza is still in the building? Who wrote this paragraph? God damn it, this isn't just horrible development, this is just plain bad writing. And I don't know about you, but fire alarms aren't that big a deal unless there's a fire. People wait around outside for 30 minutes tops before they go back in if there's no fire? Could Malik maybe look out her window and see if there's a crowd at the street? Because I didn't see any fire from the roof, but no, we gotta keep exploring this big, boring office space for, random emails with absolutely no clue what we're doing or where we're going or why anyone would even be here. But, of course, the plot will have to make up some contrived explanation or else would make Adam look like an idiot. So, we finally get past all the office space to Eliza's office, and lo and behold, she's in her office, and we get a cutscene.
Zhao Yunru did not tell me. She does not know you have discovered this connection.
She told us about Picus.
One called to Picus, and the implants couldn't be heard.
Now, I'm not sure how Eliza would even know what Zhao knows, but if she's aware that Zhao doesn't know that Adam knows about the connection between Eliza and the attack, then surely she must have been aware of Adam and Zhao's conversation, and thus could connect the dots that Adam went through Zhao to find her.
So how did you find out?
Oh, good, that's what we want to know. So, Eliza jammed satellites that tracked the GPLs and the researchers from 6 months ago at Seraph so Megan's team could be kidnapped. Okay, cool. We're revealing the mystery of the premise even more, and that's always good. The conversation with Eliza is just a projection. This isn't weird because we saw the same thing happen with Seraph and Zhao in their discussions with others, so this technology is common. This whole no one in the office building scenario seems to be one giant trap set by whomever is pulling the strings. We still have no idea.
And I'm not leaving without Eliza Cassan. So find her while I look for a way to get downstairs.
Okay, finally it dawns on Adam that Eliza has left the building. So why does he want to go downstairs? Eliza could be anywhere. There's no reason to be here anymore. Why doesn't Adam escape from the roof while waiting for Pritchard to figure out where she is? He certainly had no problems getting in. What, did these bell tower guys come in from the roof too? Though it's never actually stated, the guards that are looking for Adam appear to be from Bell Tower. We get even more good dialogue from the enemy passerbys, revealing a she, or another opposing force Adam must overcome. We hit an elevator, and Pritchard says there were very sophisticated 3D cloud yada yada technobabble he never saw before, and the signal was being sent from a space basement level section. Okay, so I guess it's a good thing Adam decided to go to the lower levels before the plot told him to go to the lower levels. Hey, what a coincidence. And of course, the secret lair is not connected by an elevator, but a funicular. You know, at this point, it could be connected by a slide composed of augmented moose, and it wouldn't change how ridiculous this all is. So, we wait around for this lift to come and get us, and then, wait, we're not at ground level? How frickin' high up are we? What the hell is this, a skyline? You're telling me no one can see an inclined plane elevator this high up from the outside? What's the shape of this building, a giant triangle? Is this a city underground? What the hell kind of city is Montreal anyway in the future? Okay, so after running around a sub-basement level of Picus, we get to this big-ass room and we get another cutscene with Eliza. Turns out she's an AI who's questioning her own programming. Okay, so there's two of them. Oh, maybe, no, they're just holograms. Okay, wait, now she's touching Adam. Holograms aren't solid, so is she fake touching him? Is she controlling a body? Is there multiple bodies? Okay, I'm getting confused now. Why is Eliza Kassan an AI? Why is she a hologram? And why does she possibly control a robotic body or bodies? What possible value is this complex scenario and character to the plot? We already have an entire planet that's just started adapting to the idea and culture of augmented humans. So just stop and ponder this for a moment. Eliza Kassan was just a really smart person. Maybe she was augmented. How then would the plot have been any worse off? As soon as a science fiction story starts revealing new science fiction, there better be a damn good reason, especially when we're at least halfway through. Because everything that Eliza Kassan can do as an AI, hologram, android, whatever, spinning the news or however she does it, could just as easily been done by Eliza Kassan, the really smart human augment. This is an unnecessarily complex element that has no reason to be here. So she can't tell us who's behind it all or where Megan is because of this mini-boss chick. So we kill this chick while walking around in water, blasting her with EMP, in a huge circular-like computer room with adorning closets that have weapons in them. What? This room does not make any damn sense. Can we just get on with this story already? It turns out it was Taggart's aide, Sandoval, who took out the GPLs so they couldn't track Megan and her team. There's also random augmented Mook number 3.
FEMA. That's where they were taken.
What? How does Adam know that? Did I miss something? Didn't Barrett say FEMA isn't the main player here? I thought the augmented guys weren't part of FEMA and part of the weird conspiracy people that Zhao is referring to. How did Adam come to this conclusion that there's a FEMA facility they were taken to?
But why? Why take them at all?
An acquaintance of yours has the answer. David Sarif.
And it all comes back to Sarif. Zhao told us to talk to Sarif. Adam, can we please go and talk to Sarif? So somehow we're in a sub-basement level and Malik can just fly down into the ground or something. I don't know. I'm getting lost here. Wait, that's not a sub-basement level. That's just a basement. Where the heck are we? So we go back to Detroit, but now riots have started up. Okay, and Sarif wants to meet us at our apartment. All right, that sounds cool. And now it's finally time to lay down the law with David. But it feels extremely empty. This isn't the conversation I was expecting, and I know why. David just gives a speech about the Illuminati, and Adam just takes it and does not give a damn, apparently. The conversation is a bit subtle if we're not understanding the plot right now, and after the last level, we really need something cleared up here. I can see only two things. David is completely daft, or he's extremely conniving and acting extremely well being stupid, and maybe jumping between the two. So David knew all along about the Illuminati, but didn't know Megan and company were kidnapped. Okay, so all this time, when we're trying to figure out who did the attack 6 months ago, as well as the attacks to steal the Typhoon, and both Barrett and David were sure that FEMA or the government wasn't behind it, or that FEMA isn't a big deal, why wouldn't David have even told us about the Illuminati in the first place? What's the big deal? What was stopping him? Unless this is some sort of big plot he's part of but not sharing with us. Remember number 3? And he's trying to protect Adam like with his background check before as well as his company. Okay, because at this point I'm really hoping it is number 3.
You are lying. I never hit you. You are tearing me apart, Lisa!
Because this plot reveal just tells us there's some other party, the ultimate oligarchy in a conspiracy theory, is behind the scenes. The next lead is Sandoval, which came from Eliza. David just so happens to have 2 tickets to the plot we always wanted to see. The tickets are now plot coupons. You too can sound like Batman and not Christian Bale with a sore throat. Sorry, I couldn't resist that. Taggart's at a conference to talk about the spin Eliza just put on Seraph Industries breeding super soldiers. So we have to go talk to Sandoval and probably have to go through Taggart to do so, and David just happens to have tickets to it. Wow. Fancy how that all worked out. At this point, I'm thinking maybe there's some secret message on the tickets or a napkin that David wants to share with us but can't because the Illuminati are watching him or something, and he's so paranoid since he doesn't want to share the plot with us unless we travel around the world or have a major competitor in the military trying to hunt us down and kill us, or just to give us a plot reveal. Now there's riots in the streets. Now you're thinking this should be awesome, but unfortunately the best we get are a bunch of subdued people and cops telling us to get off the streets. Wow, great marketing campaign. Of course, the local weapons dealer is still open, so yeah, that makes total sense. Pritchard contacts us saying Sandoval isn't there, but we'll go figure out where he is by talking to Taggart. And Taggart has finished his speech and is still taking questions from the crowd when Adam busts in and starts arguing with him. This isn't so bad, it just feels kind of awkward as Taggart pontificates about Adam's condition in context of the situation, and all Adam wants to know is where the heck Sandoval went, because he's clearly involved with the attacks. And despite the music and the tone of their conversation, it isn't nearly as tense because we're being offensive and trying to get info out of Taggart in comparison to being defensive and possibly sensitive to Wayne Haas's situation. It doesn't help that the press in the room are being rather quiet, even coughing as if they don't really care what's going on. What's good about it is, in a certain dialogue branch, Adam gets the opportunity to express his doubt about what he senses through his augmentations, whether the real world is real to him or not.
Of course I want control. Every time I touch something, I wonder, just for a second, every time, if what I'm feeling is real. It's a bit like being in charge of an organization, I bet. Do you always know what the people at Humanity Front, your people, are doing?
Either way, it doesn't really matter how we talk to Taggart because we can get the info out of him anyway, like by hacking his computer. Apparently Sandoval could be at his apartment. The next side story involves the riots, as well as a reference to Wayne Haas. I like that, since Wayne was the highlight of the game, and he pops in now and again, so it's a really neat way of showcasing that Adam's life is not just in a little bubble. The side story is actually pretty neat, and involves Adam trying to locate and defuse a bomb. This is a quick way of tying in the riots and the violence happening through the traditional gameplay. It was just kind of sad that we didn't get to see or take part in these riots, because that would have been a great conflict of Adam forcing or being forced to deal with innocent people directly over the idea of human augmentation. Sadly, the best we got were those beautiful Squaresoft trailers. Yay, marketing.